y'all, it's your boy Yojo, and I'm here to talk to you about self-educating sex ed. Now, I don't know if I am shooting this upside down, but if I am, by golly, I'm gonna fucking post this anyway, because this is a very, very important subject. Now, back in the 90s and early 2000s when I was in school, in Louisiana, we have a abstinence-only sex ed system. And of course, as you can imagine from that, Louisiana is one of the GOP states, or even before the GOP had its current name, with the highest teen pregnancy and STD, AIDS, HIV thing going on. The epidemic spreads in places that are very undereducated. Fortunately for myself, with the resources that I had back then, I educated myself on sex ed, and I made my own decision that I did not want to partake in sex until I either found the right person that I want to trust with that sort of thing, or I just wouldn't do it at all. I mean, sex really doesn't matter to me. But for those of you that it does matter to, or if you just want to know, I implore you, teenagers, children, and many of you adults, please educate yourselves on the subject. We have a lot more resources than we did back when I was in school, and I educated myself very well. And now there's pretty much of various websites that are accurate and non-morally biased, various channels on YouTube that actually are accurate. I suggest Lacey Green, I suggest Planned Parenthood. Those are the only two I can think of, but they can take you to other places that can give you better suggestions. If you're too nervous to ask your parents about it, for those of you who are children and are teenagers, in the back of a lot of those science books, speaking for Louisiana, I don't know about any other state, they have anatomically correct pages on human genitalia. That I know that can only take you so far because that's just going to tell you the genitalia and how it functions, but that's step one if you have limited access to the internet. Or if you have more abundant access to books, I would suggest getting your hands on some old college books. By now there aren't that many college books that are too outdated to be in circulation, and getting old college books are actually very cheap. And you don't have to get carded or anything for getting an old college book last time I checked, but that was last time I checked. But there aren't a lot of people in places that have limited access to the internet these days. And if you are afraid of someone searching your internet history, I would suggest the channels on YouTube, simply because it's YouTube and it's a lot of general content. I mean, they're not going to show you anything that's like too graphic or out of place. I would definitely suggest looking up stable resources instead of looking at porn for sexual reference, because porn isn't real. I mean, it looks like fun and all that, but those are actors. They get paid to do that. It's actually a lot more stressful than it looks. So I would suggest more professional, of course non-biased, sex education to educate yourself with. Because, well, the reason why I'm suggesting this is because apparently people just aren't going to take the responsibility for us. A lot of people can't count on their parents because they'll get the parents will get too personal and they'll throw in all their biased input, and you really can't count on the education system. So I really do advocate and encourage that you educate yourselves. And for those of you that are adults, I self-educated myself when I was a teenager. So I guess there are a lot of things that people still come to find. Like, I heard one person's confession that they thought that the semen would absorb into their vagina, but it came out later. Just little stuff like that you might want to know that they don't teach you in even the most proper of sex ed. And also, if you have a Unitarian Universalist church, I would suggest looking at their schedule for the Our Whole Lives OWL program, where they also give comprehensive sex ed. For the children, they give Good Touch, Bad Touch. For the teenagers and preteens, they give non-biased anatomically accurate depictions, tell you what and what not to stick in certain places and all that. And as an adult, they give you more things. I kind of have a dream to be an OWL teacher myself, but there are complications with that. But with what I know I can pass along to others. So please, I really, really encourage and implore you to do what's best for you and to protect yourself, and please educate yourselves. This is Yojo. You know I love you. See you later.